my question is, are spirits what keep beings from, or what push beings towards realization or enlightenment?
Well, we start out with blood karma and what the urges are from the ancestry. See? My personal example is music. And having two lines to use as a reference for, let's say, unfinished business or unfulfilled expectations and so on. One from my mother's side, which is more about guitar, and my father's side, which is more about drums. So I can read that and what the ancestors did, even though one of my father's sisters said that in the family we're lawyers. There was that karma, so among other things. So there's been discipline demonstrated in both lines. And so this lifetime, I had to pick and choose what I was going to do. Started out with the drums, wound up with the guitar, but the same thing is coming through the instruments. So that's very specific to influences from the spirits of both family lines converging in my particular lifetime at a certain level and with a certain degree of wisdom to share with the people, or views that I've shared with the people. So when we're talking about enlightenment, that's very different from, let's say, the urge to express. Because we're talking about the biologic urge to express, and then you have the enlightenment urge, which is to transcend. So they're not the same. See, one is more materialistic, let's say, and emotional in a certain way, and the other is more spiritualistic in a transcendent way. See? So one implies being more, and the other implies being less. See? Comment now.
So in a sense, one can lead to the other, maybe through a period of time of certain musical expression. In this case here, I know I can speak from my experience, having gone through, growing up and going through different musical phases, and then coming upon your music where it's like, okay, this is a different reality, or this is a different sound, and starting to connect with that, and then what goes along with that, the practice and attainment of realization, all possibilities that are expressed through this sound that I hear, from coming from you. So,
well, a spirit can use anything for its communication, and letting go of the world is a unique spiritual aspect or attribute to be in touch with. Whereas what's driving most is the spirit of, let's say, expression in art. The need to be beyond gravity and suffering, and to express something beyond that lifts you up as an artist. See, it doesn't help you to transcend much more than self-conscious suffering. And so it is, say, the norm to move towards the spiritual. It is not the norm to start with the spiritual necessarily, although some cultures may be able to grant you that kind of experience. See? And so one is about being someone, and then the other is about being no one. One is about having a huge ego, and that translates into productivity in a certain way and fame, and the other one is like not interested in it. It doesn't count. So balancing the two is good karma. If you can balance the two and be a good artist and a good spiritual practitioner at the same time. And that is what my music is directed towards, sharing with people. And the teachings that I have are about that same. In this lifetime, do it all and continue progressing in both those lines of self-expression and self-transcension practice.